This is Leon, the pig farmer, at the World Pork Expo 2024 on assignment with Swine Web. I'm with Spencer Long this morning at the Genesus. And Spencer, you have something new that Genesus is coming out with. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
Sure, yeah. So for the last 6 years, so relatively new, we've been doing a thing called the World Mega Producer.
World Mega Producer.
World Mega
Okay.
Producer. So the World Mega Producer is companies around the world that have 100,000 sows or more. And so what we've been doing for the last 6 years is we talk to these companies around the world. We gauge what their numbers are. We don't do a formal audit. We don't have the ability to do that, but we go off their word what companies say their sow numbers are, and companies that are 100,000 sows or more are considered world mega producers, and they go on this list. And this year we've got 49 world mega producers and 3 world mega management companies.
Okay, and the purpose of doing that is?
I think for us, what we saw is to gauge our industry as a whole. I mean, I think people in the swine industry, they get, whether they be in the country, in their county, in their state, they get so ingrained in that area and they might not know what's going on in the rest of the world. The reality is, like China, for instance, has half of the world's sows. A huge number. But we try to look at it as what companies have the most in those countries, being China being number one in the world as production goes and having some of the world's largest mega producers. And I think that the purpose was to kind of give people in the pork industry, showing them what's going on in other parts of the world and seeing in different countries, and show that it is a global industry.
Okay, we're a global industry. We've kind of felt that for a little bit, that in the U.S. a lot of the genetic companies came over from the Europe, have embedded in here. Is that our neighbors to the north with Canada? Is Genesus home in Canada, or?
That is correct. Yeah, Genesus is home. We started in Canada. That's our home.
Okay.
A lot of us are Canadian. That's where our base of our genetics are. As you mentioned about the European companies coming over to North America, most of them have their base in Canada because of health reasons, so they have their genetic base there. But yeah, we've always called Canada home. It's been great for us. We come to the U.S. quite frequently. Canada and the U.S. as far as pork goes, we're more, the amount of trade that comes from Canada to the United States, and then the pork comes back to Canada to be sold. It's been a very good relationship, I think, for both countries overall. But yes, our home is indeed in
Okay.
Canada.
And where do you see mega producers going now?
Sorry?
Where do you see mega producers going now? You're gathering the number of who's got how much and get them together. Now what?
Each year, what we see from what we've done the World Mega Producer is that the numbers continually are increasing. This year, the numbers are over 400,000 more sows than last year. We're over 16 million sows are considered part of the World Mega Producers in, I believe, 10 different countries around the world. I guess what we're seeing is, and we're seeing it in the United States, we're seeing it in other countries too, is the family farm are becoming a lot less. We're seeing the corporate entities, these large integrators, they're the ones that are growing this industry further. Whether it's unfortunate to an extent, because it's, back in the day, there used to be a lot more family farmers that would be at shows like the World Pork Expo here. We were seeing now it's more the integrators that are here with the large amounts. So I guess as far as World Mega Producer goes, we're seeing the numbers increase continually each year with those companies.
So we're dealing with what there is right now and coordinating and get the communications going as we go forward and start maybe perhaps sharing some information a little bit more. We know we're worldwide, but perhaps a little more information we get. Funny thing is, the health challenges in all those world countries are the same.
Yeah.
And if somebody gets it, it's not going to be a secret for very long. So the quicker we can get it shared, it's a bit win-win for everybody.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I think the reality is there's, within our industry and with many industries for that matter, geopolitical issues get in the way of doing business, unfortunately, whether it be U.S.-China relations or other relations between countries. The reality is pig farmers are good people everywhere, and they just want to raise hogs, have healthy pigs, and make a living, and they enjoy what they do. And it's the geopolitical aspects of our reality of our industry that get in the way of us, because at the end of the day, most pig people around the world are good people, and they're just like you and I. They just want to make a living, raise hogs, and enjoy what they do, and they don't want the political stuff to get in the way of doing
Spencer,
that.
when pig producers from the world get back through a translator or use that phone app, we have a conversation that goes on a long time. We have a joy.
Yeah.
I've been with Spencer Long with Genesus. This is Leon, the pig farmer at the 2024 World Pork Expo on assignment with Swine Web. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you very much.